Picture the ancient land of Judea, a crossroads of civilizations, where the golden sun rose over endless sands and Roman legions marched through the silence of desert ruins. Here, prophets spoke words that echoed through history, and every stone seemed to hold a secret from the past. Amidst the desert's harshness and relentless heat, the Judean date palm flourished, its fruit legendary for its honeyed sweetness, impressive size, and even its healing powers, which were celebrated in ancient remedies and whispered about in local lore. These majestic palms lined the sparkling shores of the Sea of Galilee and cast their cooling shade over the lush gardens of Jericho, the world's oldest city. For generations they sustained entire communities, providing nourishment, shelter, and a sense of continuity. So prized were these palms that their image was stamped onto ancient coins and woven into sacred texts, becoming enduring symbols of life, abundance, and prosperity for the people of Judea. The Judean date palm bore silent witness to the rise and fall of empires, the writing of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the construction of great temples. Its presence was woven into the very fabric of history. Its fruit was a delicacy, highly sought after and exported across the vast Roman world. Emperors, merchants, and commoners alike savored its taste, making it a treasure of ancient trade and feasts. But centuries of conflict, conquest, and environmental change slowly erased these once thriving groves. The Judean date palm vanished from the landscape, surviving only in memory, legend, and myth. For nearly 2,000 years, no one tasted its unique fruit or found respite in its shade. The land grew silent, and the palm's story faded into the background of history. Its unique genetics, once a marvel of nature, were lost, a casualty of history's relentless march and the shifting tides of civilization. The idea of revival seemed like pure fantasy, a wistful dream, a poignant reminder of what is lost when civilizations collide and nature's wonders are forgotten. Yet nature is patient. Sometimes a remnant survives, dormant, hidden, waiting for the right moment to awaken and reclaim its place in the sun. This is the story of such a miracle, a tale of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of life. Of ancient seeds, buried for millennia beneath layers of dust and time, holding within them the key to resurrecting a lost chapter of our botanical heritage and reconnecting us with our distant ancestors. It is a tale that bridges our modern world with the ancient past, making history tangible and deeply moving, reminding us that some stories are never truly lost, they are simply waiting to be rediscovered. The Judean date palm story was not over, it was simply waiting, patient and silent, for the moment when it could return and inspire us once again. In the 1960s, a team of archaeologists working at the ancient fortress of Masada, perched high above the shimmering Dead Sea, made a discovery that would captivate the world. They unearthed a treasure, not the gold or jewels they might have hoped for, but something far more mysterious. A handful of ancient seeds carefully sealed away in a clay jar and hidden for centuries beneath the desert sands. These were Judean date palm seeds, a variety once famed throughout the region for their sweet, nourishing fruit. Thanks to the desert's harsh, arid climate, these seeds had been preserved in remarkable condition, surviving the passage of time when most organic matter would have crumbled to dust. More ancient seeds would later surface at Qumran, another archaeological site nestled among the stark ruins of a long-vanished community. Each discovery added to the growing mystery of these ancient relics. For decades, these precious relics sat quietly in storage rooms and museum archives, their true potential overlooked and nearly forgotten by the world. Most experts believe that any spark of life inside them was long gone. After all, seeds rarely survive more than a few decades, and these had been dormant for nearly 2,000 years. But the Judean desert is no ordinary place. Its extreme dryness, stable temperatures, and low oxygen levels had combined to create a natural time capsule, perfectly preserving these seeds against the odds. The seeds entered a state of suspended animation, their life processes slowed to a near halt, as if they were simply waiting for the right moment to awaken. For centuries they waited in silence, untouched as empires rose and fell, as generations passed by, and as the world outside changed beyond recognition. These seeds became silent messages from the distant past, preserved against all odds, carrying with them the hopes and stories of a lost civilization. Few could imagine that these ancient seeds, so fragile and so old, could ever be coaxed back to life. The idea seemed almost impossible, yet hidden deep within their shells, the possibility of life endured, a tiny spark of hope, waiting for its chance to be rekindled. The stage was set for a bold scientific experiment. a gamble that would soon astonish the world and rewrite what we thought we knew about the resilience of life. In the early 2000s, Dr. Sarah Sallin and her team dared to ask a question that seemed almost impossible. Could these ancient seeds, dormant for centuries, still live? The seeds, unearthed from archaeological sites, had been buried in the sands of time for nearly 2,000 years. No one knew if life could persist for so long, hidden away in the dark. Most experts doubted it. No one had ever revived seeds this old. The scientific community was skeptical, with many believing the seeds were simply too ancient, their inner workings irreparably damaged by the passage of time. Undeterred, the team carefully selected the best preserved seeds, treating them as both precious artifacts and as potential vessels of new life. Each seed was cataloged, examined, and handled with the utmost care, as if holding a fragile secret from the distant past. Rehydration was a delicate process. A special solution of water, hormones, and nutrients was crafted to mimic nature's slow, gentle awakening after centuries of sleep. The team knew that even the smallest mistake could mean failure. Plant hormones were added to encourage cell repair and division, giving the ancient embryos their best possible chance at revival. Every step was a careful balance of science and hope. After meticulous preparation, the seeds were finally planted in sterile, climate-controlled soil. The environment was carefully monitored to replicate the conditions these seeds might have once known. The scientists waited, hope mingling with skepticism. Days passed, then weeks, as they watched the soil for any sign of movement, any hint that life might return. Would these relics of the Roman era awaken, or would they remain silent, lost to history forever? The world watched, breath held, as science and nature met in a dramatic test of resilience. News of the experiment spread, capturing imaginations everywhere. This was more than an experiment. It was a leap across millennia, a bridge between ancient civilizations and the present day, and a testament to human curiosity. The outcome would reveal not just the fate of these seeds, but the endurance of life itself, and the power of hope and perseverance in the face of uncertainty. Against all odds, the ancient past was about to speak. The gamble was on, and the stakes were higher than anyone could have imagined. And then, at last, the first sign of life emerged, a tiny green sprout breaking through the soil. In that moment, everything changed, and history was reborn before their eyes. The Judean date palm was no ordinary tree. It was revered in ancient texts for its sweetness, longevity, and healing powers. Pliny the Elder praised its fruit, which could be stored for years and used as medicine. Its fronds symbolized victory and righteousness, celebrated in religious ceremonies. Jericho's wealth was built on its vast palm groves. These dates were exported across the Mediterranean. Their loss was not just botanical, but cultural and economic. A vital part of the region's identity vanished. Reviving the palm meant reconnecting with lost history and agricultural wisdom. Scientists hoped its genes might reveal secrets of disease resistance and nutrition lost in modern varieties. Restoring the Judean date palm could reintroduce valuable diversity to today's vulnerable crops. If successful, it would be a living link to the world of ancient kings and prophets. The experiment was about more than a tree. It was about making history come alive. Awakening a 2,000-year-old seed required scientific precision and patience. 3 seeds were chosen and carbon dated, confirming their age from the era of King Herod. Hydration began with warm water, then a nutrient-rich solution with gibberellic acid to break dormancy. The seeds were planted in sterile pots under carefully controlled conditions. Each day brought hope and uncertainty. Had the ancient embryos survived? After 6 weeks, a miracle, a tiny green shoot emerged. This first seedling was named Methuselah, after the biblical figure famed for longevity. A living bridge to the ancient world, Methuselah was fragile but full of promise. The scientific gamble had paid off. For the first time in 2 millennia, the Judean date palm was alive again. The past had returned, green and growing. How did these seeds survive for 2 millennia? The answer lies in their biology and the desert's unique environment. The Judean date palm seed's tough outer coat shielded the embryo from damage, water, and oxygen. The arid climate of Masada and Qumran dehydrated the seeds, halting decay and microbial growth. Stable, cool conditions deep in the ruins slowed all life processes to a near stop. The seeds entered a state of suspended animation, preserved as if in a natural vault. Their survival offers lessons for modern seed banks and the resilience of life itself. Methuselah's sprouting opened a window into ancient genetics. Scientists analyzed its DNA, comparing it to modern date palms. The results revealed surprising genetic diversity. Ancient farmers were skilled breeders, cross-pollinating varieties from the Middle East and North Africa. This sophisticated horticulture aimed for better fruit, resilience, and medicinal qualities. DNA markers linked to anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds confirmed ancient accounts of the date's healing powers. The genetic legacy of the Judean date palm is a testament to lost agricultural wisdom. By studying these plants, we rediscover the science behind ancient remedies. The past, it turns out, still has much to teach us. Ancient knowledge encoded in DNA is being brought back to life. Methuselah's success inspired a larger project. 32 ancient seeds were planted and 6 more sprouted. Each seedling was named for biblical figures: Adam, Jonah, Uriel, Boaz, Judith, and Hannah. The breakthrough came when Hannah, a female, matured. For the first time in 2,000 years, there was hope for fruit. Scientists hand-pollinated Hannah's flowers with Methuselah's pollen. In 2020, Hannah produced her first harvest, over 100 dates. The taste was delicate, lightly sweet, with a honey-like aftertaste, distinct from modern varieties. The harvest was small, but its significance was immense. The full life cycle of the ancient palm had been restored. The legendary date was no longer a legend. It was real, and it could be tasted. A direct sensory link to the ancient world had been revived. The experiment had come full circle. History was alive, sweet, and tangible. The resurrection of the Judean date palm is more than a scientific marvel. It's a bridge to our past. It shows that history is alive, waiting to be rediscovered. Methuselah and Hannah's story is a testament to nature's endurance and human ingenuity. Ancient wisdom combined with modern science can achieve the extraordinary. Seed banks and archaeological sites are libraries of genetic potential, crucial for our future. As climate change threatens crops, ancient diversity may hold the key to resilience, but revival is rare. Conservation is wiser than resurrection. This story urges us to protect what remains, even as we marvel at what's been restored. The Judean date palm's return is a symbol of hope, renewal, and the deep connections that bind past and present. In a Jerusalem lab, a tiny shoot became a living reminder. Our story is older and more wondrous than we ever imagined.